Okay, I'm live. Welcome to my channel. This is Charlie, and I am here today to do a reading for fire signs. Um, what are the fire? It's going to be one of those days. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or anyone else who happens to come across this video. It is my intention that there is something in here for everyone, and my readings are also timeless. I have chosen 3 cards from Wisdom of the Oracle, and I will be clarifying with other decks. And I have a new deck that I'm going to pull out today, and new old deck. keep diving into my archives. Is that the right word? I don't know. Stuff that I haven't even looked at in years, and it's been really fun. Also, I have chosen a song, or better to say, I have let the universe choose the song, and your song today is "Booty Swing." So this is kind of carrying on the theme of dancing and movement from yesterday. I got this for earth signs, and also some readings I did for individual specific signs. So yeah, it's kind of interesting actually, because I think with that song "Booty Swing," it's about the dancing, and I think that it's really important that you you need to focus on doing something other than what you've been focusing on. We start with to the sea in the protection position. And this is speaking about obstacles that you continue to face, something that you're trying to create, something that you want, something you're desiring in some way. It's no matter what you do, the universe is sending you these obstacles left and right. And it's like you're just not able to make headway. And we have the Yang card also in protection position, which speaks to you trying so hard to make this thing happen, that it speaks to potentially not really thinking about what you're doing. There's an impulsiveness to what you're doing. You could be being very aggressive about trying to make something happen. And both of these cards in the protection speak about needing to back away, to understand that obstacles, when they keep showing up at a certain point, it is a sign that the universe is like, you need to stop. This is not going to happen. And no matter how hard you push forward to try and make this thing come about, it's not going to work. And if you do somehow manage to get past the obstacles, chances are, especially if you're being impulsive or aggressive or in some way kind of just powering through anyway, the consequences of what come out of this thing that you're trying to do are not going to be good. There's something that you need to consider. You need to step back and think about there's something that you're missing. And that's why these obstacles are showing up. And by ignoring the signs and trying to push forward anyway, it's going to end in disaster, really. That it's really important to get into a place of allowing, stepping back, go have a dance party in your living room. Like, do something that is not this thing, unless it does have to do with dancing and shaking your booty. And then, I don't know, maybe don't do that. I don't think so, though. Dancing tends to be a fun activity. And whatever you're trying to do, it's becoming not fun. And we get the fates, which is it's about understanding that there are things you can control in your life and there are things you can't control. And if the universe is putting up these obstacles, that is a sign that you need to just stop trying to make it happen. Stop trying to push through. Because again, the fallout could be pretty serious, pretty intense. Okay, so let's oh my goodness, fire signs. There's a lot of fiery energy going on today. I'm feeling it. Feeling this feisty fieriness. we gotta be like Charlie over here. Step back, have ourselves take a bath, have a wash, as this one reader I follow says. She's this great British woman. By the way, that reminds me. I sometimes will mention people that I follow that somebody says something, but I tend to not actually say their name for one reason or another. I don't know. I'm not totally sure. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to explain. Ultimately, if you are interested in getting different viewpoints, in my channel tab, I have a list of people who I follow who I think are really good in one way or another. Not all of them are readers, but most of them are. And I like how they show up. I feel like they have good things to say in their own ways. There's all different kinds, but ultimately, if you're looking for readers with some good wisdom, I encourage you to check out my channel tab and see what else is out there. They're sort of my hand-picked go-tos. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to go with, what am I going with? The Good Tarot. 4 of Air. Needing to step back and take some time to rest, to heal, to recuperate, to recognize that these obstacles are here for a reason. And it's because it's the universe telling you that you need to care for yourself in some way that you've been ignoring some things. This can also be about meditation, which helps you find clarity in how to move forward. And think about this thing that you want. Do you really want it? Do you really want it in this certain way? You really need to step back. 2 of Earth, needing to find the balance. There's some juggling going on, needing to find the balance between work and play. In this deck, this is very much about work, doing something that's really enjoyable. You know, if we are talking about work, whatever it is you're doing or pushing for, you're getting blocked. And it's because there's something that you need to learn. There's some kind of balance you need to find. And by going within and doing the introspection, contemplating where you've come, where you're at, where you want to go, it's going to help you find this balance and be able to juggle. Hey, Mad Soul Tarot, welcome. So yeah, finding the balance, resting and recuperating. And then 8 of Air. In this deck, this is about getting a bigger perspective. Being able to step back and see things from a broader view. See things from up above, because you've been so in it that you haven't really been able to see all the working parts, and taking this time to step back is allowing you to get this bigger perspective. I want to look at the good tarot, or look at the book. That's what I'm doing. Not that one though. Two of Earth. Oh, Two of Earth is also about being adaptable. Yeah, and it's like learning how to take those messages from the universe, and rather than pushing forward aggressively, impulsively, to be adaptable and know when to step back. Because that is how you find your balance. I'm most interested in Eight of Air because I feel like I'm missing something on this one. Release from denial. You've been in denial. Yes, denial is not a river in Egypt. Seeing things as they are, gaining clarity. Yep. Gaining clarity that there are things you can control and there are things you can't. And in this situation, there are things you absolutely cannot control. All right. So then, Wisdom of Avalon, we're going to next. Ooh, there's a card in here that should not be in here. Makes me think I need to pull it. Nine of Air. This is, it's becoming, how do I say, coming to that place of being poised, being ready to jump, but it's not time yet. Whatever you're doing, the cycle hasn't completed. You have more to learn. You have gaining the perspective. You have more to figure out. She's got her eyes closed. She's preparing to jump, but she's not quite ready. She's got these birds around her, which speak to me of like your spiritual entourage are there kind of giving you support, giving you encouragement, but also messages. Birds can often speak to getting messages. And it's like gaining that new perspective. You're getting the downloads because you're going within, doing the healing, resting, recuperating. And then this cycle will end, and then you'll be able to begin anew. Okay. The cow. I haven't gotten this one before. Nourishment, abundance, asking, receiving. Nourishing yourself. Becoming aware of the abundance you do have around you. And being grateful for what you've manifested. Hey, the Aries is here. Welcome. And giving and receiving. There's been this situation where there's not been a balance of giving and receiving. It's been a lot of pushing. A lot of, yeah. There's definitely a need to find some balance here. The swan, transformation, trusting. Wait, what is it? Trusting the psychic gifts. Yeah, needing to go through this transformation. When you step back, when you go within, you start to tap into your intuition and your innermost authentic self that is connected to your higher power. And that's where your psychic gifts come from. They are downloads. Bring you the clarity you need. The wind fairy, thoughts, words, intellectual analysis. It lands on the 8 and the 9 of air, which are about thoughts, words, analysis. This is all mind stuff. This is you stepping back, thinking about where you're at, why it's important to not push forward so aggressively, so impulsively. Using that analysis to bring you back to the understanding that, yes, fate does have a hand in this situation. There is divine timing, and you can't force it. There will be consequences. Okay, I'm gonna dive into this deck that I just pulled out. It's the Book of Rune Cards by Ralph Blum, I think. I just pulled this out because of someone I was talking to on Instagram, and I was like, oh yeah, that deck. I used to use this a lot. I haven't in years, and when I pulled them out, I was like, oh, I like this. This is a good deck. So we have growth. Yeah. Growth within yourself, growth within this situation by stepping back, by not pushing, that's where the growth happens. Because you're not forcing it. I've said this before, but you can't force a flower to bloom. Everything, it needs to happen in its own good time. Warrior. I mean, this is so perfect for fire signs, isn't it? It's being that spiritual warrior, knowing when it's time to act and when it's time to stand back. That if you move forward too impulsively, too quickly, when it's not time, you're going to end up in a battle that is fatal. That is going to burn your boat to bits. Defense. Feeling, I mean, there's this maze in the background here. And then this stone kind of standing in the foreground, and it's like your defense against having your boat set on fire is needing to take the time to navigate this maze and being a rock, being solid in the place that you're at right now. That at a certain point you'll figure out how to get to the other side of the maze. But you got to take the steps. You got to go within. This is the maze within yourself, using your thoughts, using your analytical abilities to rethink something. Whoa, I just got really lightheaded. That doesn't usually happen. That's weird. Okay. Where are we at? I think I want to go to Osho Zen. Osho Zen tells it like it is. Projections. I think in this situation, you've been projecting yourself in a false way. You're not being in your integrity. You're trying to show up. You're trying to put this version of yourself out there for people to see, but it's not truly who you are. And I think this is a part of why you're hitting these obstacles, because the universe is like, this thing that you want to do, that you're moving forward on, you have to do it from a place of integrity. Anything less, the universe is just going to shut it down. Mind. This is probably why you need to take the time to go within and rest and recuperate, because you've been caught up. You have been in your mind. You've been spending a lot of time thinking, but it's been in a way that hasn't served you, that has not been for your highest good. This has been thinking about something from a place of being in it rather than being above it. And you're needing to kind of get out of the mind, using your mind, using it in a different way. Ripeness. Yeah, this work that you're doing, this inner kind of perspective shift that you're needing to have will lead to the end of this cycle and to something new where there will be forward movement. Things will be able to ripen. This is from you stepping into your authenticity, your integrity, being in integrity with however you're showing up, whatever you're doing. I think, what am I doing? What am I doing? I have a little extra time. All right, I'm going to go with the Oracle Tarot. This one's fun. Follow your dreams. Yeah, I mean, here's your new beginning. This is moving you. Oh, this is you having done the work, having figured out the different perspective, the bigger perspective on things. Getting back to why you started doing something in the first place. Tapping into that place of integrity. And then that gives you the light to move forward. That's that almost is like the light from the universe. It's not green, but like the green light saying, okay, you can go now. Stress and anxiety. Can't move forward until you deal with the stress and anxiety from having something not work out. That's probably why you've been in this place of trying to make something happen, because it's coming from a place of fear. Stress and anxiety always come from fear. And we have a 1 here again too, an ace. And the 9 of Swords. These are the same card. Yeah. Stress and anxiety about whatever you're doing. You don't want it to end. You don't want the cycle to end. And that's why you've been moving forward so aggressively, so impulsively. And it's causing you stress because you're not being real with yourself. And when you can get to that place of knowing, yep, the universe has your back, it's all going to work out in the right time, then you can get into this place of like, yeah, like going back to the song Booty Swing. It's like, maybe that it's about where you're headed, where you get to a place where you've kind of figured your stuff out, and then you can dance because you're like, oh, okay, I'm back on the right track. Now it's time to celebrate. Bondage, issues of control, also freedom. Yeah. Issues of control. This is you being tied up, like you doing it to yourself. You have put yourself in bondage. You could get yourself out of this. But you got to do the work. You got to go within. And you can free yourself by learning to trust, by healing, by resting, recuperating, meditating, all those things, putting yourself first. You haven't been putting yourself first. Oops, sorry. Landed on my microphone. Okay. Let's, you know what? I'm going to dive into my numerology cards. Get some final advice for this situation. Because, yeah, there's a reading I did for you a couple times ago. There was this huge thing about trying to be in control of something, needing to release the control. And I feel like this is, we're still talking about it. Perseverance. That you do still need to take the steps forward. But if you are hitting blocks, to understand that it's important to reassess and gain a new perspective. And there's perseverance in this whole situation, even in the act of stepping back and letting go. Knowing that that is part of the process to get you where you want to go, to get you to this new beginning. And that lands on the 4 of air, 4 and a 4. We've got 4s, we've got 1s, we've got 7s. Oh my goodness. Okay. Nature. I said 4s and 7s. Yeah. Going out in nature, seeing the abundance in nature. It helps you to remember that is your true. I can't think of how I was going to put that. Nature is your true home. Is that a good way to say it? I don't know. It's like that's where you get your clarity, where you get your understanding of the true workings of things. How spirit has a hand in cycles, and there's so much abundance in nature, and I don't know. It's just good for you. Go breathe some fresh air. 4s are about stability, structure. 7s are about, can be about spirituality, needing to find that place of stability within yourself by tapping into your higher power. Going out to nature helps you do that. And that will bring you domestic harmony. Which is interesting, because I had been talking about work, but I almost wonder if it could be bleeding over. Whatever this thing you're doing, you're trying to move forward on, that's not working, could have to do with something going on in your home. It could be that work, if it is about work, that it's affecting the people around you who care about you. There's a disturbance in the force here. And you doing the work to go within is going to help. It's going to remove the obstacles so you can move forward confidently. Be the warrior and know when it's time to move confidently forward, taking this and turning it into this. It's like you've done the work, you've thought about it, and now you have the clarity to really move, take those steps persistently, perseverantly. I don't know if that's a word. It is now. All right, fire signs. Woo! We got some big energies going on right now. I wish you well in this journey. It's quite a lot, but you're gonna manage it just fine. You've got the fire, you've got the tenacity, and sometimes that's the best thing to do is step back and let the fire just kind of burn and see what comes out of it. It's almost like the phoenix rising from the ashes. Okay, so that's that. Thank you so much for joining me. Goodbye, the Aries. Thanks for joining me, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day and night and tomorrow, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you on the next video. Mwah. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe.